Okay, good morning to my all dear students. Today I'm very happy to to have a kind of debate with you. The very excited debate. What is going to discuss all kinds of within a very short period of the time. The time will be allocated for only 5 to 6 minutes. Within short period of the time, so you have to express your view. So the debated topic name is that spoken English versus broken English. Spoken English versus broken English. Spoken English, by the terms of the spoken English, it's been very clear to all of you that when a particular person tries to express his view in that particular kind of language, then it doesn't feel any kind of problem, especially stressing on the grammatical error. He doesn't have any kind of grammatical error to express his view. Public generally able to understand what you're trying to speak. In the very contrary, broken English, but the term broken English is mean to all of you that he's struggling to express his views in that kind of language. But as far as the grammatical error or the dispute is concerned, confirmed, so he makes mistakes. It's not creating difficulties to by the other people to understand by guessing. As far as the word guessing is concerned, they understand. But actually, if it is judged with the light of consciousness or with the light of correctness or authenticity, it's some grammatical error. So I do come to you that as the debated topic is the spoken English versus broken English. So Shai, do you have any kinds of problem to have any kinds of query regarding that kinds of topic, spoken English versus broken English?
No, sir, I don't have any query.
You are courageous enough to commit to fight with that your opponent?
Yes.
Okay. Same to postpone the questions asking to you. Do you have any kinds of issue to ask any kinds of interventions regarding any kinds of fact of the spoken English versus broken English?
No, I don't have.
Are you courageous enough to fight with the competence?
Yes.
Go on speaking. You may proceed.
When a student newly admitted to the spoken English class, he could not speak English properly. He heard from other good students. Then he tries to speak stories and convert and make conversation with others. And the student gets older and older. He tries to speak spoken English and he succeeds
Succeeds.
to speak spoken
Loudly.
English.
Yes.
My query is that to cite in spoken English class, the student must hear from others to speak spoken English, or the student must try to speak spoken English.
Say, would you like to get him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you get him or would you like to hear it for second time?
I get it.
I got him. Okay, go on speaking.
The newly admitted child will listen the others and try to speak English because when he is newly admitted and he did not know so much of English.
Doesn't know.
Doesn't know so much of English. That's why he will listen the others and speak English. And my query is why spoken English class is must for all of students. Yes, I got the highest points. Spoken English is very important to our life because in the spoken English class we learn spoken English, and when we go to other countries and they didn't know our language, and we also didn't know their language. Don't know their language.
Yes.
So English is the international language. So if we convert it with English, they will easily convert it with us.
They will usually make
Usually
conversations with others.
make conversation with the others.
Yes.
Spoken English is very important to our life. And my point to side is if a student could not learn spoken English and he hears from others, but then he can't speak spoken English. What the student do?
Did you get the point?
I don't get the point. When a student admits to the spoken English is admitted to the spoken English class, the student hears from others and then he could not speak English properly. Then what he do?
He actually trying to mean that a person has already taken kinds of admissions in that kinds of spoken English center, but the fact is that he continuously hearing with concentrations also. But when the time of speaking comes, he fails to express his views in the midst of that kinds of language. So that's a kind of enormous problem. He tries to come out from that kind of embarrassing situations or the state of despondency. So what should be the effective steps to tackle that kind of issue? Did you get that kind of point? What I is called speaking? Listen, side answer is a very exciting question.
Yes.
That means the child or student is not listening to others so much constantly. That's why
With much concentration.
with much concentration. That's why he cannot speak English.
Yeah.
But if a child listens and tries to speak English, tries to speak, he will easily speak spoken
English.
English.
Okay.
So my query is to Pushpender is while a child is newly admitted in spoken English class,
Yeah.
he tries to speak spoken English, but he speaks broken English.
Haha. So what is your issue?
My issue is that a newly admitted child will speak spoken English. Or try to speak spoken English first or broken English.
I beg your pardon, please.
My question is that a newly admitted child
Yes.
will try to speak spoken English first or broken English.
Okay. Last questions to you.
Yes, I got his point. A newly admitted child first hears from others. Then he writes the stories and the conversation. Then he tries to conversate with others with broken English. Then he gets older in the class and then he gets older. Senior in the class.
He develops seniority.
He developed the spoken English.
He develops seniority in spoken English.
He developed seniority in spoken English and time and the time passes, the student could easily speak the spoken English.
Okay, so very good discussions. The conclusions of that particular story is that the kinds of conclusions is that at the initial period of the times, everybody has the kinds of different kinds of query regarding that kinds of particular fact, spoken English versus broken English. So various kinds of query we had already heard. The solutions of that particular issue is that it's true. In fact, it's true that when a child newly takes admission in that kinds of spoken English center, after hearing lots of spending times in hearing in the midst of the spoken English class, when he tries to utter that kinds of English, gradually he will make some mistakes because English is a kind of first language with having numerous concepts. So whatever it may be, but at the initial period of the times he will make some mistake. Obviously, I do have to accept it. But when the time soars, gradually, and he will develop that kind of experience in that kind of spoken English classes. So he obviously he will start responding correctly, authentically. But we don't have a kind of expectations from a newly learned child, newly admitted child to speak very fluent English authentically. Because of that, that it will consume some time. It's a kind of learning of language. That's why effective communicative atmosphere is very vital to adopt that particular kind of language. And communication, by the way, communication is the most effective method. I mean, spoken English. So more time he will spend in that particular kind of class of spoken English, so much he will get adapted in that kind of skill. So everybody is advised to learn that spoken English, to clarify your thoughts, because English is being considered as the world link language and the international language and the most toppest and the glamorous language in this world. So that's why the students who are very much interested to learn, I earnestly request you to come and take admissions of that kind of spoken English center. Here, see that advertisements are already given. Just take a picture, and you just take a call to that kind of number if you wishing to take kinds of admissions in that kind of spoken English center. So thanks, very good. Thanks to all of giving your time, precious time to hear it.